Manchester United 4, Real Sociedad 0. Massive, massive win. There's not much else to say about it. It's a brilliant win. In the whole, looking at it from outside, we needed this win, and not only have we won, we've won convincingly. 4-0. We're through now. We can forget about the next. We can play Ahmad. We could start Ahmad even in the next tie. Start a few of the youngsters. And now we can focus on Newcastle. Big game on the weekend against Newcastle. But let's break down why we won that match. Well, we won that match because we turned up in the right attitude. We turned up with a clinical edge. We turned up with the attitude that we can't lay off this team. They're easily good enough to beat us, and we turned up in with the sense of a feeling of, we need to take away our chances today. Even though there were lots of chances in the first half we should have took away, I think in the second half it was a lot better. But that's what I took away from this game, is that we took our chances a lot better than we did against West Brom. About Sevilla, I don't think the scoreline... Sociedad. About Sociedad, I don't think this scoreline really represents how well they actually played. I think in midfield, I think they were controlling the game in terms of possession. It's just they didn't do enough with it. I think Januzaj was good, but he didn't do enough he could have done a bit more. Januzaj, I think they were far less creative in the second half. In the first half, they were far better. But their defensive frailties showed today. And the third goal was a long ball. It's just a long through ball. You should be defending that. It's a long through ball. It's like a 20-yard pass, through ball. Should be defending that. It's easy, simple defending. But we'll take it on to the next one. But I can give you up the stats. Let's have a look at the stats. So, second. So we had 13 shots, 10 on target, 40% of possession. That really reflects how they controlled the game in terms of possession. Obviously, they surpassed us in passing accuracy, surpassed us in passes. Did surpass us in fouls, surprisingly. But except from that, nothing else to be seen. I think maybe Ollie left it a little bit late for my liking, with the substitutions. I think Diallo could have come on a bit earlier. I don't see why he had to come on that late. But we got the win, so it's, you can't really well, you can't really talk negatively towards Oli on this when you can't. When you win 4-0, there's not much you can say about him that he did wrong. I mean, in terms of what he did wrong. If I'm going to put a thing on it, maybe I think I would have started Matic to control the game a bit more. I think we lacked that control of it in terms of possession, but I think we used the counter-attack very well. I would have liked... I think in the next game, I think Matic will start. We'll control it more. I think we didn't have much of the ball when it... We were lucky that our counter-attack did work today. But on other days, if that was a more clinical side and they used the ball a bit better, we could have drew or we could have lost that game, you know. So I think we do need a better sort of CDM who can just, you know, hold on to the ball, hold on to it, pass it, hold it for a bit, then pass it, just keeping the ball, playing it simple. Which Matic does, I think. Obviously, you don't want that when you want that in a cagey game, so like a knockout game today. You want someone like Matic who hold the ball, keep you in the game. He won't. When you're playing Matic, you don't, except from that 6-1 against Spurs, you don't tend to concede lots of goals. So that's the only thing I'd say. I mean, obviously the Diallo thing. Diallo did look good actually. He had a little piece whilst he was on. Really good footwork. Showed off his skills. I think I'd love to see him come on or even start. I don't see why he can't start because it would be good to give Greenwood a rest. Greenwood's been playing a lot. Good to give Rashford a rest. He was holding us back a little bit again. I think obviously is Cavani injured? Was Cavani on the bench? I can't even remember. Was Cavani on the bench? Let's have a look. Was he on the bench? Cavani, I think, had a little niggle or something. Had a little niggle or an injury. So he was out, as well as, I think, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Donny. Sorry, Donny had a little niggle in his, was it his thigh, I think it said. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good result, but it's one where you're like, it could have been, if it was a better team, I think it could have been a different result. Don't take it away. They are a good team. I think they were poor creatively wise. I don't know. They had a lot of the ball. And when you've got that much ball, you should do a bit more with it. But end of the day, we won it. It's played on grass. We won it on grass. We won it. It's a 90-minute game. Unfortunately for them, you can have all the ball you want, but if you don't win the game, you don't win the game. So that's that. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Ollie takes the game next week. Whether we just sit back or go for it again, go for another 3-4-0. But I think. Also, I'd like to say it was a great game for Dan James. He could have got 2 goals. Very unlucky with this, one of the goals. I mean, he could have got 2. Very unlucky not to get 2. Yeah, I think he played well. I think with Dan James, obviously, he can see that he wants to play for the team. I don't think he's good enough, but you know, with Dan James, he gives it his all. I think I always respect that about him. He got a goal and assist today. I think his numbers are actually above what he got last season. If I have a look for Dan James, so he has improved. If you want to talk about that, wise in terms of stats, but unfortunately, that's still not good enough for United. Let's have a look at. Yeah, he scored 1. Sorry, wait 1 second. Sorry, 1 sec. Yeah, he scored obviously 1 today. Scored 4 this season, and last season he had. I think it might be 4 or 5. Maybe he's just off it. No, he's on it. So last season he played 46 games and he scored 4 goals. This season he's played 12 games and scored 4 goals. You know, I can kind of sympathise with Dan James. I think he is someone who gets a bit of slate a lot of the time. I know you can say runs into alleys and stuff, but his numbers aren't that bad this season. 12 games played in all comps, 4 goals, not too bad. You know, I think he is on track to get near to 10 this season. Let's see with him. But I don't. Oh, he probably will go on loan at the end of the season, but before next season, at the end of this season. But let's see about Dan James. It was good for Dean Henderson to get a clean sheet as well. Obviously, he came in. Bailly played pretty well. Maguire, surprise, surprise, plays with Bailly, not too bad. I think Tellez had a good game. Wan-Bissaka, average. Bruno, amazing, once again carrying the team. Greenwood, was decent. I think with Greenwood, he needs to keep going. He needs to get on the score sheet a bit more just for his confidence. He's in form. I think Greenwood is in form. He's someone you need to keep playing because he's in form. Obviously, Rashford got the goal, but overall, brilliant game, brilliant result. Let's go on to Newcastle. Come on, United.